So today we have received this beautiful card. It says simple gifts, appreciation. It's card number 18, and I'm just being drawn to the numbers 1 and 8. 1 plus 8 is 9, and 9 is the number of this year, right? Like 2025, we add like all the numbers, it's number 9. And if you look at tarot cards, number 9 card is the card of Hermit. And Hermit is a card that invites us to pull back from society, from our day-to-day responsibilities for some time. For example, like we have professional commitments, we have some personal commitments, we have some aims and goals. So it just asks us to pull back and look within. Yeah, so it's indicating possibly it's time to go inwards and reflect on what's bubbling inside, or anything, like what have we, and like because it comes with the card, it like comes in combination with the card of simple gifts and appreciation. So possibly the combined message, the combined guidance that we have for whenever you see this reading is to go inwards and see how far you have come and appreciate the simple gifts that you have gained in this journey that you currently have. Yeah, I was looking at the card and I just realized, so I'll mention because I considered it as a part of the reading. There's this lady who is looking at all the flower herbs that she has grown. So possibly she works as someone who works with flower essences, and especially what's coming to mind is like the medicinal qualities of flowers. So I don't know if you've heard the term apothecary. I hope I'm pronouncing it right. But it's a beautiful art of connecting with the flower essences. And there are like a lot of people who actually channel different flowers as well, to find out how these flower essences can be like beneficial for us, like in the human form, like what sort of medicinal properties they have, and they work like based on. So yeah, I don't know, like if probably it's a call for you to explore the flower essences if that's something that makes you curious. Yeah, and I was about to say, like, this lady actually, she looks like one of my friends. I just like thought of her when I looked at her, and like this particular friend, like she's going through quite a difficult time as well at the moment. So yeah, so like what's coming up is like someone possibly going through a difficult, if you are someone who's going through like a difficult transition or difficult phase in your life, whatever it is, it's a call for you to, for some time, say no to everything external, like all the different responsibilities, even if it can be like every day for like 10 minutes or every day for half an hour, but basically turn inwards and reflect on the simple gifts that you already have in life, and also reflect on or explore like what you are curious about, and possibly learn about those things that you are curious about, because curiosity is a simple gift as well, which when appreciated or followed, it can bring us closer to our life purpose, our gifts and talents. So yeah, so even if you're someone who's not going through a difficult time, like it's just a call for us to retreat inwards. So what happened in retreats, right? Like we just go somewhere for like 4 to 5 days, like to a new place, and we have like a lot of different people around us, like strangers that probably we haven't met, and we don't need to, like in those retreats, like we can just be like whoever we want to be in that moment without carrying the identity we have in like in the normal life that we carry, like all the responsibilities or all the like identity, like this is who we are, like this is my name, I am like I'm like female, I identify with gender female, and I'm a mom, or I'm an intuitive reader. So like if I let go of all these identities, like retreats give us this opportunity to just like go somewhere new, in a place where we which in a place that brings us joy, and we see new people, so we don't have to, like we have this opportunity to be whoever we want to be in that moment. So like when we are carrying a certain identity in like a normal life, it also comes with a lot of responsibilities and a lot of cautious, like being cautious, like okay, like if all of a sudden, if I'll be like this, like they'll be like, oh, what happened to her, like she has changed. But when we like go on a retreat, we are just like this free bird who can be like whoever it wants to be, because there's like new people, new identity, and like some time to like reflect and possibly like make some new friends, or possibly like making your soul your friend as well, by, let's say, if you're spending time on new activities, let's say like this is mentioned, like apothecary, or like spending time with flowers or whatever brings you joy, or like any kind of activity, possibly like I'm getting in terms of like something that would be healing. However, it could also be like whatever brings you joy, like even if it's like pottery, if you're going somewhere and just like doing pottery and just spending like time with yourself. And like pottery also reminds me of like another like really good friend of mine. So yeah, I don't know, like friendship is also what's coming up in this guidance. So yeah, so like I think it's a call for us to turn inwards and make our soul our friend. And we are the soul, right? So possibly between create like a friendship between the mind and the soul and the physical body. So these are like the three, like this is how we, like how a soul manifests in physical reality as like these three things, which is like mind, body and soul. Physical body is what holds the soul. It gives it like a sacred place to live while experiencing the physical reality, and mind helps us perform all the logical functions that are needed in order to live in the physical reality. For example, let's say that my mind tells me that I have to look this way because the screen of the camera is this way, or I have to set up like my phone this way, or I have to like put my mic on, or I have to like put these lights on like in this direction, kind of thing, or I have to go to bathroom, or I have to set up this meeting, or like while driving. So that's like the functions of the logical mind, not thinking. Thinking is what we make our mind to do, but it's actually not meant to think or analyze. So yeah, so retreating or going inwards and connecting with like ourselves, like different part of ourselves, and just like appreciating all of them. And yeah, like what's coming up is also like appreciating, like taking time to appreciate like all our senses. For example, our voice, because like that, our voice does so much for us, right? Like it like acts as a medicine. Like if we consider our body, and our body has a voice, so it makes like our physical body such a beautiful instrument. Like if you look at like any musical instrument, let's say like a guitar or a piano, like how like there is a structure, physical structure, but when we press the, or like make some string sounds, like how it creates like a voice, and it's like an instrument that heals as well. And similarly, like our body, like it produces sound, and how like voice and sound is such a beautiful, yeah. So like what's coming up is like we just use our voice normally, right? Like, and we don't even realize like how strong our voice is, and like the purpose of our voice and what it actually does. Because everything that we are making sound, like this body through our voice is creating sound. So it's like an instrument, like our body acts as an instrument, and the voice, like when we speak, there is like a beautiful coordination of the breath that we don't even realize, that we like are putting pressure on some chords while speaking like this way or that way, and there's like a beautiful breath control while we are expressing like our voice. And like breath control reminds me of, I don't know if you've heard about like kumbhak pranayam. So it's a pranayam where we like, let's say we take in a deep breath and then we hold it for like a few seconds, or however long you can, like 30 seconds or something, and then we release, or possibly like when we take in a breath, release it, and then we hold it for like a few seconds, and this whole breath control is so healing for our nerves, our body, like our physical body, our mental body. And the same thing happens when we speak as well. So when we speak, we don't realize that how beautifully like the automatic organic breath control happens while we are speaking. So what this message about is that it's about like appreciating the simple gifts that we have and digging deeper in like how we like generally do not even think about our voice like this. Like we underestimate it so much, right? Like we just speak and we'll do whatever, like we don't even think. Or so it's time for us to like, even like whatever we do not even think of being grateful for, like finding that part of ourselves, or whatever gift that we have, and feeling grateful to have that, and feeling grateful for our body to do such an intricate thing, like multiple things, only like when we are like even like just when we are talking, or when we are when we are expressing ourselves. So yeah, so like these kind of simple things that we, in our life, in attaining our goals, or having responsibilities, we ignore, right? So this is like a call for us to go inward and see like what all gifts that we have, that we just like don't even consider appreciating, or we don't even know like the kind of difference it's making in our life. And it also reminds me of like how my husband, he got his like thumb like in the car, in the car door, and like how he was not able to use his thumb for like a few days. It was so painful. But and then he realized, oh my god, like I now know like how much this thumb, like just like one little thumb, is important in my life, like in doing everyday things. So this is what we are being called to, that there are so many things in our life. Like, yes, we want more, we have certain desires, and there's a lot that we are going through as well, but it's also a time for us to be grateful for all the simple gifts that we have in our life. So yeah, so like saying no to everything outside, and just kind of what it shows me, like what I'm being reminded of is like a little girl just going on top of the mountain, or like even like, you know how like that's the Reiki history. So Dr. Usui, who created Usui Reiki, so he went on a mountain and for like 21 days, and he just like, he did not have any like time around him. Like he just had like 21 stones, that okay, whenever it's night or whenever it's morning, like I'll remove one stone, and so I know that it's 24 hours and it's 1 day gone, 2 day gone. So basically he had nothing, but he was just by himself on this mountain, and he just spent some time alone. And that's when he was attuned with the Reiki energy directly from the source. So it's not saying that we must go on a mountain to retreat. Like these days, like even we can sit in a bathroom and just like contemplate, or just feel grateful. Like this is definitely a time of like being in the physical reality, and along with our physical experience, like retreating inwards. So possibly like if in a day, if you can take out some time, let's say if you can make it like a consistent, create like a structure, to just saying no to everything and just having these 10 minutes for you, or just like 20 minutes for you. And even not that, like even if not regularly, but even if now, like while you are watching this video, it's a guidance for you, it's a call for you to appreciate the simple gifts that we have currently in our life. Yeah. So as this year, the whole year is the year of 9, like 2 plus 2 plus 5, which is 9, possibly like a guidance for the whole year, like 2025, to basically just go inwards and be in this energy of deep gratitude and appreciation for the things that we have. For example, like our voice, or our thumb, or a nail, or whatever, or let's say like a womb, right? Like, so these two friends that I mentioned, that I was just reminded of. So one of the friends is actually going through like a really hard time in terms of her pregnancy loss. So it reminds me of like being really like grateful of our womb. And the womb is all about like where like it's a place of connection with ourselves. Like we are really grateful, like especially women who identify as female, especially people who identify as female and who do have like this physical manifestation of the womb chakra. Like we have this physical manifestation of a womb chakra. So feeling really grateful for that, because it holds like a lot of mystery and gifts and secrets in it. And possibly it's a time to like, let's say like spend some time in the womb, like keeping our awareness in the womb, area, or if you are someone who do not identify as a female, possibly it's time to spend some time in the pelvis area, because like this area, like it refers to as in energy body, it refers to as sacral chakra, and sacral chakra is all about our emotions for ourselves. So are we like consciously or unconsciously angry at ourselves, or which most of the people are, okay, or are we like frustrated with ourselves, or are we or do we like really appreciate ourselves? So what kind of feelings do we have for like different parts of ourselves? And most of the people actually, like they like that I've met, like they quite like dislike different parts of themselves, like in constant blame. So yeah, so it's time basically to turn inward and explore what our feelings are for ourselves, and explore like how can we appreciate like ourselves, each and every part of ourselves, for whoever we are, for however we are. So it's a call for that. And the second friend that I was talking about, she has like her dominant, like, so I know that her dominant chakra is throat chakra. So again, like it's a call for us to honor our voice. And like the sacral chakra and throat chakra, they're quite related in terms of like they have a really beautiful connection, because our truth that we speak through our voice, it actually comes from sacral chakra, because our truth, our inner voice, or our emotions, they are all created in the second layer of our aura, which is related to the second chakra, which is sacral chakra. So basically like our truth, like, so if we have our awareness in our sacral chakra, or like our belly or the lower part of our body, so it becomes easy for us to access what our truth is, how we are truly feeling, what our inner voice is saying, because this is what happens. So from the second layer of aura, so we usually think that our inner voice, like our intuition or our truth, like it just, our truth comes from our heart, or like our inner, or our intuition, like it comes from third eye. But that's but from what I have learned and what I know, or what I have seen or experienced, what happens is that our truth, our emotions, our real feelings, and our inner voice, like they all originate in the second layer of aura, and then it travels to, for example, like the truth, like it travels upwards from our sacral to our solar plexus, heart, and then it like comes out through our throat. And same with the inner voice as well. So like it energetically goes into back of our third eye, and then it filters, and it's then projected, like whether as visuals, or as feelings, or as hearing, whichever way like we hear or see or feel intuition, our inner voice. But it actually originates around sacral chakra, and this is just like a projector for our inner voice. Like it's not like the origination point of our inner voice. So yeah, so it's a call for us to value the simple gifts that we have, like simple and powerful, like appreciate. We sometimes, like in the physical reality, and it's very valid, like that we tend to forget, okay, like we are after this abundance, financial abundance, or beautiful relationship in our life, or we want to do this and that and that and that. But in all of that, we like, it's very normal and it's valid to actually forget to appreciate like really simple things that we have in our life and that we enjoy. So it's a call for us to look inward, say no to everything external for some time, and appreciate all of those simple gifts that we have. And like what's coming up is like the more we do that, more gifts we will attract in our life, because I've mentioned this before, that universe responds through our feelings, not what we are thinking. So the more grateful we will feel, universe will be like, oh, okay, they're feeling grateful, which means like they have the free will to feel whatever they want, and they're feeling grateful, which means they like feeling grateful. So I'm going to give them more opportunities so they feel like even more grateful, and they're like happy. So the more we find time to appreciate like simple, and it might, like this guidance might seem like, oh, like it's like all of us are talking about it, but like try and do it. Try and do it, like whatever you feel curious about right now, to appreciate, to turn inwards and connect with yourself. And I'm pretty sure like each one of us have like so many simple gifts, like I said, like voice, thumb, womb, like so many, like our beautiful throat chakra. So we have so many, and like different, like in the nature, like for example flowers and flower essences, and we have the possibility, like there's a possibility of now to like it has always been, but now we are becoming more conscious of like connecting with nature in a way that we can have like communication with the nature. Like so many people are working with the flower essences, with the flowers, to actually know like what they can be beneficial for. So connecting with the nature, So they are like, so like just looking at our nature, like how beautiful it is, and how like such a simple gift, like it just like brings so much difference in our reality. And like how like all of us carry this such a big tool of like having our inner voice. Like it's such a strong tool that we have. Yeah, so like once we start feeling grateful for these simple things, we also start realizing like how worthy we are. Like we keep thinking that we are not worthy, we are not worthy. Like however we are in this moment, we are like always worthy of everything that we desire or we want to have in our life. So like if you can do this, and possibly if you can do this for the whole year of 2025, if you're watching in 2025 or whenever you are, it's a timeless reading. Like it doesn't have to be in 2025 around like when created, but whenever you come across it, it's a guidance for you to just turn inward and reflect and appreciate on the simple gifts that we have, that you have as a person, or that you have, that we have as like humans. And like this going inwards also mean like losing like our identity. Like that thing came up as well. Like not taking all the responsibilities we have, or that we have to, like it's just like a time where we spend some like quality time with ourselves, just by ourselves, and like contemplate. It's just like, let's say on a mountain top, there's like a girl sitting at the top of the mountain and just like looking at the mountains or other mountains or sky or the sunset, or the sunrise or the trees, or like the smelling, or it's raining, let's say, and like smelling the like smell of the mud that comes when the rain pours on the soil. So it's just about like contemplating, like enjoying the surroundings, and spending some quality times contemplating. Yeah, so that's the guidance for today. Thank you so much for sticking till the end. Thank you so much, and I really appreciate you watching these videos. Thank you so much.